episode number 262, Making Your Camaro Summer 2020 Fun. Welcome to the Camaro Show,
a podcast about all things Camaro and GM performance news.
I'm Chris Frezza.
And I'm Jason Debler.
We're your hosts for this week's episode of the Camaro Show. Want to be part of our show? It's easy.
Just leave a message on our voicemail hotline at 586-486-3182.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And welcome back, everyone, for another exciting episode of the Camaro Show. I'm Chris.
I'm Jason.
And we are practicing our social distancing. Still.
We have been for 4 years.
I'm up north here in Detroit. You're down there in Nashville. And yeah. We're we're back at it.
Yeah, we mentioned in last month's podcast that, you know what, by the time we do our next show in early June, you know, things might be better, and in some ways they are.
In some ways
things are coming back together. In other ways, things are just a little weird, but we're gonna just, you know, that's an elephant in the room we don't need to talk about. Things are getting better.
Things are getting better.
Yep. We're going to talk about how you can continue to enjoy your summer, even though that things are still strange.
Yeah.
In the world. We're just going to talk about some other stuff too.
Yeah. Lots of
stuff. We got some voicemails, which is cool.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be doing this. Making your Camaro summer 2020 fun again. Because, like, I'm calling, like, 2020 the year of being canceled. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everything in 2020 has been canceled so far.
Yep.
All our fun stuff, Camaro stuff related that we like to do. Some people, some companies, some organizations and clubs are working on ways for you to continue to, you know, have a nice summer with your Camaro. Yeah. And you compiled a nice list here of things that we're going to talk about.
I sure did.
Because, you know what? Let's face it. It's this is going to be a weird one. This is going to be a weird summer.
Oh gosh, can you imagine? Remember back in the day, Chris, when you and I were a lot more
spry,
young. Is the word I'm looking for. You know, and we would count the days until summer or spring would arrive. You know, cruising crash it and Zanoing our cars and hitting this show, hitting that show, and we're not quite as active as what we are now. But can you imagine if this hit then?
I know.
Oh man, I remember the one day that I stood there and I watched the last piece of snow in my yard melt. I just actually stood there and just watched it, and when it was finally gone, I'm like, yes, let's get the cars out. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that would drive me nuts. So, and I know that a lot of people are going crazy in the world with just sitting around going, I got to get out of here, man. I got to do something. So we were talking about what we do about this month's episode. There's not a tremendous amount of new Camaro news from the factory. In fact, in general, it seems like car news is kind of down from the factories because they're focusing on other things that aren't exactly what's the word, glamorous.
Yeah.
You know, with shift in production to dealing with what they got to deal with and the whole world changing for what we're doing. So I'm like, let's just talk about how we can help people, give them ideas on how they can make their summer fun with their Camaro anyway, despite all the Corona crap.
Exactly.
I know that one thing I love to do, and I haven't done it as much in the past couple of years as I used to, is just giving it a good hand wash and detail.
And that's what I did last weekend. You know, you sent me that foam cannon. Thank you so much. I love that thing. Love it. And I used it on my Camaro. I used it on my Equinox, and I used it on Leslie's Impala. And it works great, dude. You just hook it up to your thing, spray it down, and then, you know what? It's nice. It's nice to get out there and hand wash a car because, you know, like you said, I haven't been doing it as much recently, and when it's so easy to do, literally go to the corner of my street and hit up Mr. C's, and they do a spectacular job.
You do. Best drive-through car wash in that area, I think. If you use drive-through car washes. You know, it's also, think about this. You're getting out in the sunshine. You know, you crack open a beer or whatever you like. You put on some music. You know, you're in the sun, but you get wet, so you're cooled off. and you're cleaning something, you're taking care of something, you're giving attention to something, and it's therapeutic. Your brain is going to cycle. You're not going to do it mindlessly. You're going to think about things. You're gonna just kind of it's therapeutic. It's like going for a long walk.
Yes,
but it's just cool. Gosh, I think maybe I'll do that today.
Yeah, me too.
Actually,
me too.
So get out and do that. Everybody needs to.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, you got a clean car and you feel good, and even better. The other one is, if you don't have a Camaro or what you like, go out and buy one. Now is a great time to beat up a dealership. Sorry to all my dealership friends that are listening to this right now, but they need to make some sales. They got stuff sitting on the lot.
Go beat them up.
And the used the auctions the auctions are not happening. So like when I'll get to this in a second, when we traded in my wife's Buick Encore, I'm like, okay, it's got a full tank of gas, plenty to get to the auction. He goes, oh, there's no auctions going on because of Corona. It's going to go back. It's going to stay on our lot. So they got a lot of inventory. They got to move, both new and used. And now's a good time to get a good deal. You keep that economy going. Put a new car in your driveway, or a used car if that's what you can swing. If you've been thinking about it and you can financially afford it, now's a very, very good time. Even Consumer Report says so if you like that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. and beat them up because there is deals, and they're willing to deal.
Yep. Let's see what's next on the list. Oh, find a drive-in theater.
You know, I haven't thought about drive-in theaters in quite a few years, and the reason being is most of them around me closed and they turned into, shopping malls or giant plazas or something like that. There's a few in the state that are maybe within driving distance. And I did read an article on this a couple months ago, and because of the whole pandemic, they said that the resurgence of the drive-ins was going to be big because the movie theaters have been closed for 3 months.
That's right.
And how else are you going to properly social distance except with yourself in a car, right? So showing movies again at nighttime at a drive-in theater is very nostalgic. And I wanted to talk to you about this too. Maybe we'll just talk about it right now.
Sure.
Do you think movie theaters are going to go the way of the old video arcades?
I think that, well, to answer the question, I think there's a distinct possibility. There's still some arcades out there for sure, but now they're almost a novelty instead of a commonplace.
Exactly, because it's so easy to go out or download a video game, play it on your console. You don't have to go anywhere. And the same thing's happening with movies. We saw there's a couple movie houses that pushed out their brand new movies to digital, which made one chain in particular, AMC, very upset, and it is threatening their business.
Wow.
In fact, they just released their quarterly statements this week, and in them, it said that they don't know if they will be able to maintain their business by the end of this year, all of AMC.
Yep.
So that's, we think of it this way: if you can rent a brand new movie like a blockbuster at your house for $20,
yep.
They make all their money on concessions. That's what the movie theaters make their money on. They don't make it on the movies.
And not to mention, and this is true. There's one reason for me, and I say this only on behalf of myself. There's one reason why I stopped going to the movies, and that's because other people are very considerate. And it just got to the point where I'm like, I'll just wait for it to come out on digital, and I don't have to see it right now. I still enjoy going to the movies once in a while, but usually there's some a-hole that can't put their phone down, they can't shut up, or whatever, and I think maybe I just gotten to the point in my life where I'm just like, it's just not worth it. I'll just wait, wait at home. So, what killed the arcade? It's hard to tell. There's probably books about that have the actual answer, but I think that, the home console video games becoming as powerful as what they are. They're more powerful now at home than they ever were in the arcades to this day.
Right.
And I think that had a lot to do with it. And I think Netflix, Hulu, everything else coming out, HBO Max, is that what's the new one? It's and then the Corona, I think it's just pounded one big fat nail into that coffin, I'm sorry to say. But drive-in theaters, they're also the same. They're nostalgic.
They're nostalgic, yeah.
They're nostalgic, and they're a treat to go to instead of a common thing to go to.
Right.
So hopefully, at least something good will come out of this. I mean, and that's what I think we should all do. It's what we're trying to do here in the show, is look for the good that's going to come out of this.
You can see some pop-up drive-in theaters coming in. Someone who's got a giant piece of property, or giant malls popping up a screen in their parking lot and charging people to come in to see a movie. I can see this as a business. I really can.
And especially with not needing the projector equipment that the way they used to. And
exactly.
all that.
Exactly. Technology allows for FM transmission of the sound. You don't have to put that giant clunky speaker in your window. Remember that?
Nope. And not to mention, think about this. The picture in the Haggerty article that I read about drive-in theaters possibly making a comeback because of this. I forgot about this aspect of a drive-in theater. Is the little swing set playground?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And
before the movie,
have that? Well, it's because drive-in theaters. Like if you watch, I'm trying to think of a good example. Oh, okay, the movie The Outsiders, right?
Yeah.
People went to drive-in theaters not just to watch the movie, but to socialize. The kids went and played on the swing sets. It was an experience instead of show up, sit down, stare at one box for 2 hours, shove crappy food in your mouth, and leave without saying anything to anybody but the other a-hole that won't shut up, that won't put his phone down.
Yeah.
Well, and I shouldn't say social, but because
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I mean it's inching towards
drive-ins. I want to see that. If you guys are listening to this right now, I want you to pick up the phone and I want you to call in and say, is there a drive-in near you? And if there is, are you going to take your Camaro there? Because I want to know.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool to take my Camaro, put the top down, and go to a drive-in theater with the top down. That'd be awesome.
Just like the old days, just like our folks did.
Yeah. I remember sitting on the roof of my parents' station wagon at the Gratiot Theater.
The roof?
The Gratiot Drive-In, yep.
The roof?
Yep.
I get made fun of how I say roof.
My dad would put a giant blanket up there.
I know. So there's something good something else good that'll come out of it, and I hope drive-in theaters make a comeback.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Some other things we probably ought to run through here because I know we got some voicemails and I'm dying to hear them. Also, Kevin Morton is Facebook messaging me right now. He has a question. I'll get to it in a little bit. Let's see here. Participate in online car shows. There's lots of it going on with Facebook and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Or on their websites. And also just start posting pictures of your car, especially after you just cleaned and detailed it. Everybody else is going to show off theirs too, and then they're going to feel good about it. Buy some parts for it. You would think that the automotive industry aftermarket industry took a big hit, but actually everybody I'm talking to said they're doing all right because people are doing just what we talked about. They're sitting there looking at their cars going, gosh, I want to do that. But still, it doesn't hurt to buy some parts, do some upgrades. Mods are fun.
And that stimulus help too.
And the stimulus help too. Shops and dealers appreciate you. In fact, this is the shops and dealership and dealers of speed parts. They haven't been doing great for a while. This would help them. Give them a good shot in the arm. I'll just be delicate about this. When's the last time you're in the back seat of your car with your wife or your girlfriend? I'll go down to the next one. Also, just go for a nice long drive. Maybe even turn the radio off and just enjoy the car thoroughly. Just enjoy the exhaust, enjoy the engine, or whatever you want to do. Enjoy it your way, but
find a road you haven't traveled yet and go there and travel it and get to know it in your car.
Yep. And don't plan it or plan it or just drive and say, I think I'll take this exit and I think I'll turn down this road.
Yeah.
And I think I'll
unless you're in Detroit.
In banjo country. This is not as glamorous as the other stuff, but do some maintenance you've been putting off.
Yeah.
That's got to happen. And you'll appreciate and enjoy your car as a whole afterward. So, but either way, don't get caught up in what I've found myself getting caught up in. And I'm sure a lot of other people are as well, is just sitting there and just kind of, can't do anything. There's plenty you can do.
Yeah.
And you can be social thanks to social media.
Same.
God, can you imagine what life would be like right now without social media?
Can you imagine if this pandemic would have hit 20 years ago and all we had was dial-up or barely dial-up and our flip phones?
We would have crippled the system. Well, either that or no, maybe not, because we wouldn't be used to what we have now. But
you got mail.
Gosh. Uh-oh.
ICQ. Still, I have ICQ. 322-112.
531-408. I have a 6-digit ICQ number.
Yep.
I have my original ICQ number from 25 years ago.
Yep. Me too.
SEMA show. Well, let's do this.
Yeah.
Lots of shows been canceled, but SEMA show, they're planning on doing it.
They're still planning on doing it. Yep.
So that's an outcome. Hopefully, they'll continue to. Excuse me. They'll continue to be able to keep down that path. So, what's important here, everybody, is keep up hope. There's good things to come out of bad things. There always is, right?
It's got to be. It got to be.
Yeah, that's right. There's always.
So the we got SEMA, we think is still going to be a go, but then there's other things like the giant Woodward Dream Cruise that was canceled too.
Yeah,
giant
bummer.
And here's to say that people aren't still going to get in their car and go cruise. They will all summer.
That's right.
But there's a lot of festivities that go down that road on a particular day in August that draws up to 2 million people. And I think that is what they're trying to do away with.
Yeah,
So
just ride it out.
It'll
be all right.
But then you have like Camaro Superfest that takes place here July 4th weekend every year, which had to cancel as well. But they've moved it to a virtual car show this year.
There we go.
CamaroSuperfest.com, guys. Go check it out. You can enter, show your car. I think they got a way to even be judged by, I don't know. I guess you got to do a video and that. And dude, you could, you don't have a Camaro. I was like, you could enter from Nashville and win first place again in Camaro Superfest.
That there's one thing that I really regret that I did. I try not to have any regrets, just like anybody else. But when I moved down here, I downsized. All of my Superfest awards, even my Camaro Street Nationals awards, all of my car awards, for some reason, I said, I don't need them anymore. And I threw them all away.
Wow.
And now that I have this house that I have that we bought 3.5 years ago, I've got the stairway that leads up to here to my office. They would look so good there, and I'll never get them back. And because those are some really good times, man.
Yeah.
And they're going to be good times again. They're just going to be a little different.
Yeah.
Just a little different. So keep up your hope, everybody. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Enjoy your car. Get out and enjoy your car, your Camaro, your car, your truck.
Yeah.
I'll talk about my truck in a minute. I can't wait to talk about my truck in a minute. But we should probably get to the the voicemails.
Some voicemails? Because we do have some this month, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Who called?
And I'll address Kevin Morton's question when we're done.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hey guys, Jonathan Brown out of New Jersey. Always enjoying the shows. What's your take on the Al Hummer knocking out 0 to 60s in less than 3 seconds? Do you guys feel that the 7th gen Camaro will be built on the same platform? Slightly smaller, but you think it's going to knock out like 0 to 60 under 3 seconds, great handling with the low center of gravity of the batteries? And how are Camaro sales doing overall compared to the rest of the industry? Good looking car, by the way. Didn't photograph that well. What was it, the last couple of mid-cycle exchanges? But car looked good in person. I've seen them on the road once in a while. And I know they were getting hammered, but in real life, it looked good. Anyways, thanks for all you do. Stay healthy, guys. And miss your weekly podcast, but I know you got to do what you got to do. So we'll catch you next month. Thank you again.
Mr. Jonathan Brown. I miss listening to his voice, too.
I do, too. I would love to just get completely shit-faced drunk with him.
From New Jersey. And he's got a couple questions. Another thing that we haven't seen yet completely because of all the cancellations is the new Hummer EV that they're going to be releasing that our good buddy Al
Yep.
is behind. It's going to knock out in these 0 to 60 times in under 3 seconds because it's going to be electric, and it's going to be a fantastic vehicle. I can imagine when we can finally see it, which I'm very much looking forward to. And he wants to know, what do you think? The 7th gen going to be built on this platform?
That's an I never even thought about that.
I never thought about it either. I doubt it.
but could it share a lot
of technology?
Maybe, yeah. I actually, I kind of think that whatever this Hummer is, unless it's a complete failure, which we know Al very well, and we know that he would not allow it to fail. He's just that kind of dude.
God, no.
I think GM as a whole, I think the automotive industry as a whole is going to be impacted by the success of this Hummer, whatever level of success that is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in the plan. I think it's got to be. It would only make sense. They're putting so much oomph behind it that this is just a template almost, if you will. Good question.
Yeah. He also wanted to know how the Camaro sales are doing, and across the rest of the industry. He didn't. He seems to think the Camaro's nice looking, and I do too, obviously.
Doesn't photograph well. Looks good in person. All I picked was Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, but it looks good on you though. He's right though. It never did. The 5th gen didn't either. Well, I mean, it did, but you had to get it just right.
Yeah. We talked about this, I think, in last month's episode, and the sales aren't that good. I'm not going to keep harping on it. It is what it is right now. We've got a segment that's, I think, in general shrinking, and Camaro is at the end of that. So it is what it is. That's. Yep. I'm not going to make excuses.
Nope.
So thank you, Jonathan. It was so good to hear you.
Good to hear you.
Keep enjoying that Corvette of yours.
Yep.
All right.
Next one. Next voicemail. Do it.
Hey guys.
Hey Dave.
Garbage truck, nice, right in the middle of the road. Anyways, new C8 Corvette with Lambo doors. I know, Jason will hate that. Got to get the L2 package or LT2 package with the camera rearview mirror. I understand you can't see out the back too good, but it's supposed to be sleek and low. But anyways, the Hummer, the all-electric Hummer. Hopefully, it's all made out of carbon fiber, and it can go 200 or 300 miles. But from the sneak peeks, it looks good. Hopefully, it doesn't look like what's his name, Tesla guy's. What was that thing he made? It looked like a DeLorean with a hunchback or something. I know Al Oppenheimer will make it look great. But the Corvette, gotta have some Lambo doors. Sorry I haven't called you guys a while. Been busy. And I know I only got 2 minutes. So hopefully the Mustang guy will call, your resident Mustang guy. And you guys have a great Memorial Day, which is already passed. And what's coming up next? June, July, 4th of July. All right. Talk to you later. See?
Postal Dave. Always entertaining.
Gosh.
Always
I thought
entertaining.
I was scattered.
He wants a C8 Corvette with Lambo doors.
Why?
Lambo doors.
Why?
So cool, even Lambos don't have them anymore.
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Like the scissor doors? Is that what he's like talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he wants to make sure that we're gonna make fun of him now. He wants to make sure that the Hummer doesn't look like that car that one guy did. Oh, that one guy that just launched a rocket into space. I don't know.
What's Elon Musk? The Cybertruck is what he's talking about.
Oh, right. Yeah, that. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, that guy.
Goofy looking.
Nobody really knows who he is or anything. Speaking of which, just real quick, that was really cool to see the rocket launch.
Oh, that was awesome last Saturday.
I was on edge, man. And I see them. Remember, like when the space shuttle launch and everything. Yeah. They got those little CRTs, like fishbowl and everything, and all the buttons and knobs and everything. And now they just have 3 giant monitors, touchscreen. That's it. And they're just sitting there like noonie, kind of like how you sit before the Tilt-A-Whirl starts going at the local carnival.
Mm-hmm. I like how they're saying, and good luck to Bob and Doug. And all I could think about was Bob and Doug McKenzie.
They just
Take
they
off.
got ready to take off, eh?
Take off, you hoser.
Everybody's saying that. If they just changed it to Doug and Bob, it would have been fine. But...
I know.
Oh, PD, always good to hear from you. I'm glad
Always.
you're doing well.
Always.
Hope you and the wife are doing well, and everybody else in your family. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yep. And
Let me read Kevin Morton's message real quick. He says he checked on my YouTube channel and couldn't find anything. What do you recommend to clean the plastic and leather interior components on his convertible Camaro? It's an easy one. Plastic. The thing that Chris, and I think you use the same thing now, is Turtle Wax Ice Interior Cleaner.
Yep.
I've never been the biggest fan of Turtle Wax on all of their products, but I think, gosh, it's been 10 years, give or take. They sent us some to try.
Yep.
When they first came out with
a
the
long
ice
time
line.
ago.
Man, that stuff works good. You can use it on the lenses of your gauge cluster, on anything. You can use it on leather and vinyl too. I don't use it on leather, but you can.
Yeah.
And the neat part is it does not leave any greasy residue or anything. I don't know how it works, but it just works well. Turtle Wax Ice Interior, was it cleaner and protectant or something like that? For leather, I still to this day use Zano.
Yep.
Leather.
Same here.
Leather
Same
cleaner
here.
and treatment.
Yep.
Leather.
You use the cleaner, and then you use the treatment that smells just like leather.
Speaking of Jersey, Mr. Jonathan Brown, there is a chance that I will be in the New Jersey area in a month or two.
Ooh.
And if you, where's SVE at? It's not Tom's River, is it?
No, they're in. Where the heck are they in?
I did know. I forgot. It's on the tip. I'll circle back to it. But let's see here. Give me a second. It's right here. It is Tom's River. Yeah, I was right. Tom's River. I may be going to Tom's River, New Jersey for a couple of 3 days or weekend.
Oh.
So if you're anywhere near there, Mr. Brown, I would love the opportunity to hang out with you for a little bit.
Cool.
Okay. So anyway, Kevin, there's your answer.
Thanks for that.
Always hit me up if you need it.
Yeah. And if you guys got any questions and you want to talk to us, here's how.
Hey, want to be part of this show?
Well, we want to hear from you.
Just hit our digits at 586-486-3182, 24 hours a day.
Leave us a message, and we'll feature it in an upcoming show.
So what are you waiting for? Do it now.
All right, here's another voicemail.
Hey, this is Tony from Camaro Family on Instagram, and just wanted to call and tell you guys that I miss hearing your show every week. I don't know how many other people miss hearing you every week, but I sure do. It's kind of a typical thing that I did every weekend on the way to breakfast with a friend of mine and coming home. So anyway, just miss you guys, and I guess maybe we'll hear more from you soon. Bye.
Well, thank you, Tony. Tony is from the Camaro Family on Instagram.
Biggest Camaro Instagram account.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Tony. It's very nice of you. Very nice.
Yeah. Here's what you can do. Just wait for an episode to come out and just listen to it in 10-minute chunks. Once a week.
Once a week. There you go.
Oh no, thank you very much.
Thank
I think we're pretty happy with things right now with everything we got going on. But thank you so much for the great compliment, and thank you for keeping up an awesome Instagram account.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we got one more voicemail here.
Hey guys, my name is Fireball Tim. I'm calling from Malibu, California. My company is Fireball Publishing. We do the world's best automotive coloring books. And as of today, we just came out with our Camaro coloring book. I wanted to introduce it to you. It's available on Amazon. All you have to do is search Fireball Coloring Books, and you'll see a list of all the books that we do. We have quite a bit, but I wanted to make you aware of it. I kind of work in Hollywood, so I design cars for movies, and I've done that for the past 35 years. Done about 400 films as a car designer, including the Batmobile for the Michael Keaton film. So I've applied that kind of design language to coloring books. The books are quite crazy, heavily modified stuff. I think you guys would love this Camaro book, and I'm more than happy to send you a copy. The website is fireballtim.com, T-I-M, fireballtim.com. Hope you're well in all this craziness that's going on in the world, But we love Camaros, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this book. Let me know, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much for your time. All right, bye-bye.
He's one of those guys that I just feel good listening to him talk. he's like that regular caller we have, Bentley Fierro.
Yeah.
When he calls in, it's just like I just feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fireball Tim, that was a very, very cool.
That was
voicemail.
awesome. I'm gonna beep out his contact information in there, but Fireball Tim, he designed the Batmobile for Michael Keaton's film.
How can
Dang.
I'm looking at his? I went to a website, fireballtim.com. This guy is busy. Oh my gosh, this guy just seems cool.
Yeah.
You know, I look at some of the images, and you know what the first thing it made me think of is, and we talked about this a few times. I grew up reading cartoons, comic books, cartoons, and some of his artwork. I wonder. I'd like to know if he actually ever illustrated for cartoons, because it just looks familiar, his artwork. But man, you click over to the Get Our Coloring Books on Amazon. This dude has some books. He's got all sorts of stuff, including books about Mad Concept Cars, the movie design series, book 3. No, they're like Kindle and paperback. Really, I'm impressed. It's
very
safe
cool.
to say I'm really impressed. So
maybe
thank you for calling in, Tim.
Maybe you can reach out to him and get one of these books, and maybe we can give it away or something.
I would love to. In fact, it'd be really cool if Tim could maybe sign it and we could give it to somebody or something like that.
Ooh, hear that, Tim?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be in touch.
Yeah, cool. Good job, man. I love your work.
Yeah. Awesome. So that was a cool voicemail, and that's the end of the voicemails.
Oh.
There's 4 of them, though. You know.
Oh, nothing. Oh.
We should do some shout outs here towards the end of the show, though, first.
Yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to all you listeners. The only reason why we do this is because we know that there's somebody at the other end with the intent of you appreciating it.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to tell us. We're just saying we believe you do. And thank you for that. We've also got a lot of good friends, made countless friends in the industry, and a couple of them aren't doing so hot right now. So big shout out to somebody that everybody knows, Becky D. Having a bit of a battle.
Yeah. You got this, Becky. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's what I'm saying. I know.
That's right.
We're thinking of you.
Sorry, go ahead.
We're thinking of. I just wanted to say that. We're thinking of you. Yeah, along with another one of our friends, Amy McKenna, who's another Camaro friend, going through a battle right now, but we want to say we are also thinking of you. Yeah.
Wasn't it Amy that when we were at BBOMG, I tried to do a surprise interview on?
Yes, it is.
She pretty much slammed the door on me.
Yeah, you're like, so what do you think of what did you say? What does
Camaro mean?
What does Camaro mean to you? And she's like, I can't answer this right now. What?
I said, you want to be interviewed? No. just a firecracker, and so you got this.
And her husband Trent, great people.
Yeah, just awesome people. I miss you guys terribly. Miss BBOMG.
Yeah.
Even if it was still going on, it wouldn't be going on right now.
Oh God.
So yeah, we're thinking of you and wish you the very best, and we're behind you. We got you.
Yeah.
We got your back. And some good news. For the first time in 20 years, I own a pickup truck.
And for the first time in 20 years, it's a Colorado.
I've never owned a Colorado before.
Really? What was your other one?
S10.
Oh, that was an S10.
The spiritual successor, precursor, which is the word I want to use.
It wasn't just an S10 though, right? It was an S10 something, right?
It was
that green
ZR2.
one. The ZR. That's right. ZR2. Yeah. That's right.
Remember when I used to drive over parking blocks at the Ram's Horn?
Yes.
That was probably the most off-roading the thing ever did, was driving over a parking block.
You're like, hey, watch this. Yeah, we can do this. No, we can just get out this way. There we go.
Nice and easy, yeah. Well, I've been, since we moved here to Nashville, I've got a little bit more property, and I like to do a lot of work on my property. Not much. It's just a half acre, but I've got a creek behind the house and everything, and I like to stay active, and we always had a need for a truck. And we've been looking, and I looked for maybe an old beater truck or something like that, and then my wife said something interesting to me not too long ago, and she said, well, if you want, we can trade in my Buick Encore that she's never really been thoroughly happy with just because it's so slow. Even though I used a Diablo and put a tune in it, it still didn't really help it get out of its own way. And she says, well, you could trade in my car, and then I could take your Jeep Grand Cherokee and have that as a daily driver, and then you can get a truck. I'm like, really? Because I love my Grand Cherokee. I never dreamed of getting rid of it. I've had it for 8 years, and I've taken excellent care of it.
Yeah, it's like brand new.
Still awesome vehicle. I love it. It's a great vehicle. And there wasn't any Chevrolet comparable version. So anyway, long story made short, just for kicks, I jumped on Chevrolet.com and did a build and price your own. And the weird part is that this one came up in a style that I'd never considered before. And it says it was new, but it had a lift kit on it and big beefy tires and aftermarket wheels, but it's new. And so I started getting online chat with the dealership, and I guess I didn't know this. There's a company called DSI. I forgot what it stands for. And they like anytime you drive by a dealership and you see brand new lifted pickup trucks, but they're still brand new, it's this company probably did it. It's actually owned by the same parent company as Four Wheel Parts. And basically they just take brand new vehicles and they basically give it the SLP treatment. It's like a second sticker package.
Sure.
And this had it, and I was, if I get a truck, of course I'm going to put a little bit of a lift kit on it and some beefier tires and everything. That's just what we do down here, and that's kind of fun that way. It ended up adding $8,000 to the sticker price, and I was like, no way. And like, well, when you want to earn your business, I ended up getting a really good deal on it. The neat part is that it's like I got the sticker here. It's shadow gray metallic, which is not uncommon for me, but the wheels are bronze. And Val is like, man, you're going to hate those wheels, but the more I own it, the more I actually like it. Kind of like the Subaru WRX when they had blue with bronze wheels. It just looked good. So I ended up beating them up a little bit on the price, and I'm thinking about making a YouTube video explaining how I did it. Because it was business, it was professional, and it was not mean. And I actually, the sales guy, good kid, he's like, can we be Facebook friends after this? Well, not in those ways, but he says he wanted to connect with me. But anyway, so for the first time in 20 years, I got a Chevrolet Colorado Z71. It's a 2020. It's a great truck. It doesn't have quite the creature comforts that my Grand Cherokee did, even though my Grand Cherokee is 8 years old. Yeah. Like some things I'm surprised it doesn't have. Like it doesn't have push button start.
It's
I gotta stick a key in it. I gotta put a key in it. Yes. There's not an LED light on this vehicle.
Does it have
the headlights are crap?
Does it have Apple CarPlay?
It does.
Nice.
But here's the bummer about Apple CarPlay. And I didn't know this. I thought that you could connect to Apple CarPlay wirelessly.
Not yet. There's the newer version, and I read this for the new radio in the 2021 Camaro. You're going to be able to. In 2021 is when they introduced the wireless CarPlay.
Man, if they do that, I'm going to be so upset.
They are.
If I want to use CarPlay, I got to plug it in. But what's really cool is it's got the conductive charging. I could just set the phone in the little cubby there, and it just charges, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what really sucks about it?
What?
I have a regular iPhone 11, not a Max or anything, just the iPhone 11 with a thin case on it. It will not fit.
Yeah.
I have to be caseless for this phone to fit. So if you wanted to charge your iPhone Max, Pro, XL, whatever the heck you got, whatever you have, your monster
Pro Max
phablet, yeah, it won't fit.
Yeah,
even without a case.
I didn't think so.
Come on. So there's some things that's just I'm just like,
come on,
seriously.
Come on.
But other than that, it's a great truck.
Awesome.
I really like it.
Awesome. I can't wait to come see it.
Yeah, I can't wait for anybody to come. And I think that Chevrolet did a very good job on this because I had a dark green ZR2, and I love that truck, and I traded that in because I was starting a family and I needed a back seat, and that was before quad cab small trucks were really kind of a thing. We almost bought, and I pulled up pictures of it. We almost bought a Colorado Z71, but the previous generation, and this is nothing like it. Cool. It's almost a full size truck. It's so dang big. Oh, I remember we drove him when we went out to Pahrump that one time.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there. How come you weren't there?
No, Manny was there. I wasn't there.
Like 3 or 4 years ago there at SEMA, right? When I was hanging out with Ricky Carmichael.
Yeah.
You weren't there?
No. I wasn't at that event. I was there, but I wasn't at the event.
Well, I wonder why not. I don't know.
I remember
anyway.
We did the drag race, and then we raced Sonics at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yep.
I did that. Yep. I didn't do the truck thing.
Oh shoot, I forgot. Well, anyway, it's also going to be the basis of more YouTube videos. So I'm going to be doing. I already started modding it. I'm going to continue to mod it, even though the big mods are done. So, in other words, I'm really happy to have a new vehicle after 8 years and a truck after 20. And I think Chevrolet did a dang fine job on this vehicle. Other than some minor complaints I have.
Nice.
Headlights are terrible. They're projector headlights, and you might as well just use a flashlight. It's just horrible. But if you know anything about me, you know I know how to fix that.
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations on your new truck, man.
Thank you. Well, in fact, I'm going to go use it to pick up some topsoil and a bunch of other junk.
Cool. So that was a good show, man. That was a good show. It's good to be back in the saddle here for a little bit after a month.
Yeah.
Talk about, I'm wondering what the future holds. Really do.
Kind of funny you mentioned that. One of my favorite movies, top 5 for sure, is 12 Monkeys. And you ever seen it?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
A virus.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And what the future holds.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's make a prediction. By the time our next episode hits,
I just hope everything's open here. I just want more of a sense of normality. I understand parts of the country are getting towards that right now. Here in Michigan, we're not. I mean, I'm going back to work for the first time in 3 months next week, this coming week, in my office. I've been working for the last 3 months from home, but it's going to be different. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. So look for the good. Something good's going to happen. It always has to.
Yep. And we will see you guys next month. See ya. Thanks for listening to The Camaro Show.
Don't forget, drop us a voicemail at 586-486-3182.
We'll see you next week. See ya.
Or month.